Now, I must apologise to any of the people in the room here who are slightly, shall we say, faint-hearted. Because now is a good time to visit the bathroom. I don't mean to lower the tone at all, but the reason for doing so is just to bring it down to Bruce's level. Now, to be fair, Bruce hasn't really changed too much since those early days at school. Although I always expected to see him as a successful businessman, rather than the teacher and social worker of today, since he displayed some very strong entrepreneurial skills in those formative years at school. If you'd have looked at Bruce in the eye while at school, you wouldn't have seen pupils, you would have seen dollar signs. Why do you say this, Eric? I hear you all ask.
Why do you say this? Sorry, Eric. Let's go, Eric.
Well, I'll tell you. During those years when young boys' hormones were popping about all over the place, Bruce took it upon himself to establish a small business in the rental of magazines. Not the usual magazines that Bruce was subscribing to at the time, not 2000 AD or Dungeons and Dragons Weekly or the Bus Stop Gazette, but magazines that were for, shall we say, the more discerning gentlemen. Those that were only available from the top shelf of the local newsagent. I'm sure I don't need to say anything else, you ladies and gentlemen. Bruce, being Bruce, he got somebody else to do his dirty work for him. And his partner in crime actually is in the same room as here tonight. I'm not going to name him, but... He's at the Amsterdam table is all I'm going to say. He's noticeably taller than Bruce. Simply because Bruce couldn't reach that top shelf himself. Indeed, he actually still struggles to this very day. A tidy profit was being made, though over time Bruce noticed that sales levels were dropping off. And so he designed an additional sales tactic to try to boost his revenue. And that was, and this is slightly strange, ladies and gentlemen, and you won't quite comprehend this, but this was by offering a free tea bag with every magazine rental. Where he got this bizarre idea from, nobody knows. It was all going so well until the deputy headmaster caught him red-handed one day. And he obviously intervened, didn't he, Bruce? That's page 1 of 4.
More answers needed.